contingency plan. A contingency plan. Hello? Is anyone there? Anyone? Anyone? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? 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 Beep me. If this shit hits the fan, promise me you'll beep me. Beep me. Beep me. Beep 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 choo choo beep beep choo choo beep 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 a contingency plan. Meet me on the corner of 14th Street and 7th Avenue, but only if the disaster happens above 14th Street and you and I are below 14th Street. Or if it happens below 14th Street and you and I are above 14th Street. But if it happens on 14th Street and you're below and I'm above, fine. I don't want to hang out with you during the Armageddon either. Fine. What? I need a flashlight? Something that glows on my keychain? I'll be safe if I have something that glows on my keychain? I need a gas mask? They're sold out of gas masks. I found the gas mask. It costs $50. I need some Cipro. They're sold out of Cipro. I found some Cipro. It costs $5,000. I need a latex glove. They're sold out of latex gloves. I found a latex glove. Oh, no, I lost it again. I need a contingency plan. Oxygen tank, a double oxygen tank. I'm not strong enough to carry 2 oxygen tanks. I need to go to the gym. I need some muscles. I need some protein. And I need some creatine. And some saline. And some bacteria. And some emetrol. And some pine sol. And the Hudson. I can escape on the Hudson. But what about the temperature? What about the current? What about the PCBs? I need a blow-up raft. I need to go to Cayman. No. I'll be safer on foot. I need sensible shoes. I need to go to Payless Shoe Stores. No. I'll be safer in a car, but I don't have a license. Will the cops stop me during the Armageddon if I don't have a license? I don't have a car. What if the disaster happens above my parking spot and I'm below my parking spot? I need a knife. I need a gun. I need a missile. I need a bomb. I need a weapon of mass destruction. I need a contingency plan. The U.S. military gives its fighter pilots crystal meth. The fighter pilots cause Canadian soldier deaths. The military don't see nothing wrong. Now the pilots gotta sing this song. I straighten up and fly right. I straighten up and stay bright. I straighten up and fly right. I cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Now crystal meth, or what is called speed, it gives you all kinds of needs. Side effects are bravado and paranoia, where you start seeing the twinkle and the roar. Your jaw starts wagging back and forth. You start feeling like Oliver North. Start jerking on your shriveled ding-dong. Well, it makes you wanna fuck all night long. I straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and stay bright. I straighten up and fly right. I cool down, Baba, don't you blow your top. Hey, Private, let's say we do ourselves a bump. Ooh, yeah, I'm getting kinda sleepy flying all this way to Afghanistan. Mama, everything's coming up roses. Well, they all look the same from way up here, like little ants. Hey, Private, you're looking kinda good back there. Ooh, yeah. Let's say we land this puppy and go get ourselves a roll. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the jaw dance.
Trinity, come on, quick! I am so ready to get the fuck out of here. I mean, I can handle the dorks and the classes and all. It's just the whole, like, cheese factor of, like, being in high school at the high school prom. I mean, it's also fucking brutal. Here, give me that. I want to do another one. No, I need to do another one. I am, like, so fucking dependent on doing another one right now in order to get me through this hellacious evening of, like, pinkness. Cover me. I mean, I can handle the idea of, like, getting together and having a community. Like, that's a fucking valid desire, right? To celebrate your community. But, like, why do we have to have themes in order to do it? Like, getting together to just have a community isn't enough, but then you're supposed to be proud of being part of a community, and I am, like, so not proud. It's like all those people waving those American flags everywhere, and I'm like, okay, I get it. We're all from the same country. It's, like, such the thing to do. Like, suddenly there's this wave of fucking acrid bandwagon patriotism, like, wafting through the country, and, like, people are selling baby American flags on the street for like $2 when you know they only cost 2 cents and were made by some Taiwanese preemie baby in their makeshift bamboo incubator. And like people from New York, or like not even from New York, are like wearing t-shirts to say like, I survived the attack on America. I mean, it's also fucking tacky. Like, what kind of person would profit off a disaster like that? I just think it's totally abject. But also totally like the American way, and so it's kind of charming in that I've been brainwashed to think this is like the best place on earth to be kind of way. But like, I've come to realize that Americans are just a tacky breed. I mean, like, also cool and quirky, but totally just tacky. Like, if you give them a chance, they will totally fuck it up. Like, sometimes it feels like 98% of the population were made up of some dead skin cell scraping from like Antonin Scalia's ass. No, wait. Like some crony is like following him around with a dustpan, sweeping up his nose hairs and like shipping them off to some secret laboratory in Salina, Kansas, and thus America was born. But like, how do I know it's the best place to be? I mean, where have I been besides like Canadian Niagara Falls? I mean, I support the country and all. It's just, I was reading in The Nation that basically we created the Taliban, and like, what the fuck? Then they came to bite us in the ass. And all I ask of my president is that he be smarter than me, right? Like, he's a fucking C student. Like, I'm a fucking cokehead, and I don't ever study. I mean, like, ever. And I still get A's. I mean, how hard is it? And I was reading in The Nation that there's this like IQ test that some company does on all the presidents since like Franklin Roosevelt, and like George W. Bitch Jr. was like one step up from like fucking retarded. I mean, I get it, right? I get it. I'm a total parody, like all our vast amounts of privilege and the way we all talk and shit, so like, who am I to judge, right? But like, I am not trying to be that president of the United States either. I mean, kids are still shooting each other in high schools, right? That hasn't suddenly stopped, has it? And like, my parents are worried when I say I have school events to go to. They don't want me in some large gymnasium. They're afraid some Star Trek freak is gonna like open fire on the whole fucking school. Or like, we're watching the news, and like Tommy Thompson is being interviewed by Mike Wallace, and Mike Wallace is all, so, what's the danger of there being a chemical attack in America? And fucking Tommy Thompson is all, oh, well, not great. And Mike Wallace is like, but we're like all of Congress and the entire Senate issued gas masks? Hi, Missy. And fucking Tommy Thompson is all, oh, well, but I wouldn't overstate that. And like, my mom is like grounding me for like every little thing, like leaving a fucking cereal bowl in the fucking sink, right? And I know it's just so I won't go out on the street where I might get hit by some bionuclear war cloud. And I'm all, Mom, if I'm going to go, it is way more likely I die from an overdose. And she's all, honey, don't be morbid.
Yellow alert, orange alert, red. Oops, you dead, don't worry. Be happy. The skin it peels right off your face when you're exposed to atomic waste. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. The New York Post, they want you afraid so that they can all get paid. Don't worry. Oh. Well, the propaganda let me be. If I throw out my TV and then I won't worry, and then I'll be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Has all the US anti-intellectualism gotten you down? Don't worry, be happy. And now we got the Axis Weasel. Don't want us to drive our diesels. Don't worry. Beep beep. Sticky Frankos try to ruin our trail, but we still get to go and kill. So don't worry. White skin, black skin, blue skin, brown. All the Muslims get run out of town. Don't worry. Beep beep, bye bye. You think your Pekingese has SARS? Throw it out the window, say au revoir, and don't worry. Be happy. Beep beep, bye bye. Ruff ruff. Oh, the flags crammed up your ass. Woo. They're gonna give you lots of gas. Don't worry, pre-app. Don't worry, pre-app. Everyone says support the troops, support the civilians, you nincompoop. And don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy, be happy. Bin Laden, a Cabo Kabul. Let's call the whole thing off, you fools. And don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. A Cabo Kabul. Bin Laden. We gonna die from anticipate. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Be happy, be happy. Look at me. I'm happy. Ain't got no leader, ain't got no color, ain't got no lover. Why should I bother? Don't worry. Be happy. Private Lynch, well, she got pinched, but she ain't no strange fruit, swinging from the poplar tree. Private Lynch, still growing inch by inch, she don't flinch every time she tries to sleep. Just 19 years old and doing what she's told, tried to save her country, ended up a kidnappee. With multiple gunshot wounds and a dead platoon. Could've stayed home and watched cartoons instead of thinking you're immune. But hey, I guess it's okay, 'cause the CIA, they saved the day for Private Lynch. They said it was a cinch. And her mama and papa, they're thanking God again and again. And the neighbors out there in Palestine, West Virginia, that is, they partied into the night, and America keeps on with its fight. 498, 499, 500. A little girl, her mama died. She got fried, and U.S. military chiefs expressed regret over civilian deaths. Preemptive strike with kids on bikes. And all the little pimply soldiers, you know, in the New York subway stations, with their automatic weapons, they don't make me feel safer. 'Cause at night, my fists are clenched. I get like Private Lynch every time I try to sleep. It ain't no good counting sheep. But Private Lynch, well, she got pinched, but she ain't no strange fruit, swinging from the poplar tree. Private Lynch, Private Lynch, Private Lynch. The following was taken from an article in the New York Times and is true in as far as we know it was not written by Jason Blair. An officer and a gentleman. 50 women would disagree. He proposed to Karen. He proposed to Yana. He proposed to Monica. He proposed to Kathy. He proposed to Sarah. He proposed to Susan. He proposed to Vicky. He proposed to Colette. He proposed to Marcy. He proposed to Catherine. You get the idea. Colonel Qasim Salah of the United States Army was part of the forces that fought the Taliban in Afghanistan, a task fraught with peril and often lonely, but apparently not that lonely. The Army said yesterday that it was looking into allegations that he managed to line up dozens of prospective wives in the United States and Canada, women he met through internet dating services. Virtually all of them posted advertisements on a site called tallpersons.com, which specializes in men and women who are taller than average. In recent days, as his chronic courting has come to light, some of the women have compiled a list of over 50 women who were romanced by him. The women are heartbroken and intent on revenge. They have complained to the army that they want to see him punished and even thrown in jail. It is unclear at this point if his behavior, if proven true, violates either criminal law or army regulation, the army said. Colonel Salah is a 29-year Army veteran who headed reconstruction and humanitarian efforts for the American-led military operation in Afghanistan until his tour ended last month. Through his efforts, the duped women maintain he managed to attract someone from states all around the country, including Alaska and Hawaii, and 2 from Canada. The ages of the women ranged from 33 to 57. One of them encountered him as long ago as 1998 and others as recently as March. A few of them met him through either ChristianSingles.com or Match.com, but TallPersons.com was the most productive source. A few of the women met him in person. Some of the women said. The matter began to unravel after a television station in Washington, KNDU-TV, broadcast a segment in April about a woman in Paxco, Washington, who was engaged to Colonel Salah and was awaiting his return from overseas. That story was then posted on the MSNBC website. Soon, other women who thought they were Colonel Salah's fiancée called KNDU. According to these women, Colonel Salah was a two-timer of massive proportion. They now derisively refer to Qasim Salah as Casanova. One of his alleged victims, who did not wish to be mentioned but will henceforth be referred to as a Miss Virginia Cooper, age 43, lives in the South and is studying to become a real estate broker. For years, she said she worked the internet dead and seen, looking for a man who would tell her he would be by to pick her up on his motorcycle. Instead, all she found were men who had bird collections or played golf. She said he told her he was fighting in Afghanistan. A week later, he called her by satellite phone, saying that he was in a safe house in Afghanistan. He sounded like Don Johnson, Miss Cooper said. He wrote her daily email messages and made phone calls to her that sounded dangerously exciting. Baby, I love you. Incoming! What preceded were the most intoxicating love letters, Miss Cooper said. He wrote better than Yeats. He wrote better than Shakespeare. He totally intoxicated you with his feelings. In one email message that she provided, he wrote, "You are my world, my life, my love, my universe. It's like my mother used to say to me in Arabic when I was a little boy. Yiyuni, my eyes. Ya Yeti, my love. Ya Elbi, my odd. And Ya Amri, my life." She used to sing it to me so I would fall asleep in our one-bedroom apartment in the slums of Brooklyn. I was captivated by the sweet talk in his email messages and phone calls, Miss Cooper said. Sometimes he wrote 10 or 12 times a day. Other times, she said, he told her she wouldn't be hearing from him for a week or so. He had to go into the hills and chase terrorists. Miss Cooper said he referred to himself as the warrior monk because he had not had sex in 10 years. He was waiting for that one perfect woman. There was this connection I felt, Miss Cooper said. Unfortunately, there were 50 of us who felt it. 2 months ago, Miss Cooper said he called her and proposed. He said to her, "You're the most significant woman I've ever met. You're just like my mother." Even though she had never met him, she immediately agreed to marry him. She'd only learned about the Colonel's antics on Saturday after she came home from doing dog rescues and found 49 email messages on her computer. They were all pertaining to Cass, Miss Cooper said. I emailed him within 1 second. He emailed me back within 1 second. He said those women were just his friends. Miss Cooper said one of the other women emailed some of the others saying she tried to commit suicide last week. We're all trying to support her, Miss Cooper said. It is unclear how tall Colonel Salah is. Some of the women who met him in person
said that he was 5'9" or 5'10" and possibly didn't even qualify for tallpersons.com. In his mushy email messages, he told the women he was 6'3" or 6'5". Miss Cooper was expecting to meet him in the coming days, and he wrote to her a few weeks ago and mentioned that he had shrunk to 6 feet tall due to repeated parachute jumps. I found it strange, Miss Cooper said. Some of the other women had received engagement rings and were actually planning weddings. I had been shopping for a wedding dress myself, but fortunately hadn't bought it yet, Miss Cooper said. Like others, she sent him presents. She even had the local elementary school create handmade Valentine's Day cards for his unit. He later sent photographs of the troops enjoying the cards. He's a sick individual who deserves jail time, Miss Cooper said. She recognizes that it seems absurd to agree to marry someone you had never met, to trust a relationship built on email messages and transatlantic phone calls. But she says you had to be there to feel the seductive pull of his flowery words. We are not a group of stupid, naive women, Miss Cooper said. We are bright, intelligent, professional women. I cannot tell you how much he wooed us with his words. He made us feel like goddesses, the fairy princesses, Cinderellas. We'd all found our Superman, our knight in shining armor.
Raindrops on roses, whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles, warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages, tied up a string. These are a few of my favorite things.
This is Taylor Mack, reporting live from Baghdad for Fox News. With 2 days of sandstorms finally over, Allied warplanes flew 1,500 sorties against targets in north and south Iraq yesterday, while coalition troops resumed their march north to Baghdad. The planes dropped bombs just about as fast as we could load them, said Captain Thomas Parker aboard the USS Kitty Hawk in the Persian Gulf. As the Allied troops advanced, the U.S. military announced plans to more than double its troops in Iraq by the end of April, bringing total coalition strength to 245,000. More after these messages. Stay free, we stay free. Be all that you can be with OB. Aspirin and Afrin, Excedrin and Motrin and Fen-Phen and please don't squeeze the Charmin and protein and creatine and saline and Bactine and Amatrol and Pine-Sol and Favo, Otidine and Planters and Folgers and Swiffers and Snickers and Fendi and Gucci and Barbies and Hershey's and Nikes and TVs and MP3s and CDs and DVDs and SUVs and SUVs and SUVs and SUVs and SUVs and SUV cassettes, Playtex, Kotex, Blistex, Tilex, Windex, Spandex, Latex, Kleenex, Tex-Mex, Metrex, Xanax, Pomade, Lactate, Band-Aids, Rotrain, First Aid, the Cascades, First Aid, the Cascades with rollers and grenades, NyQuil, Q-tips, labels, and Triscuits, diesel, Tostitos, Master This is Telemac reporting live from Baghdad. Last night, Baghdad was hit by the biggest bombardment in days. 2 5,000-pound bunker buster bombs blasted a communications center downtown, and smoke and flames filled the night sky. President Bush, with British Prime Minister Tony Blair at his side at Camp David, refused to estimate how long the conflict might last. However long it takes, Bush said, thumping the podium to emphasize each word. This isn't a matter of timetable, it's a matter of victory! In the north, cargo planes delivered military supplies a day after 1,000 U.S. paratroopers landed in the biggest shrub since World War II. More after these messages. Juicy fruits, lawsuits, swimsuits, institutes, pantsuits, prostitutes, parachutes, absolute duvets, ashtrays, gourmet lattes, x-rays, holidays in Monterey, duct tape, breast, space, paperwork, short shell, procreate, joy guns, handguns, shotguns, reroads, missiles, bristles, flashlights, snipers, pentagrams, gas films, logos, hose, photos, oil, royal, aluminum foil, Charmac, New Rack, Big Mac, Sticky Goose, Homeschools, New Tools, Big Fools, More Fuel, World War, Hallmark, Calamine, Patriarch, Bovine, Moonshine, Shepherdine, Valentine, Black Vibes. This is Telemac reporting live from Baghdad. More after these messages. Slogans and crayons and captains and dishpans and Soren and suntans and Sprickles and Superman and the Koran and Doughboys and Chips and Robbers and Ticket Toys and Masking and treadmills and Espadrille and landfills. This is Coral Roll. This is Dated Cork. This is Telemac. This is Peter Jennings. This is Fast Food, Food Groups, Group Homes, Home Kits, Kittens, and Warm and Mittens. Fast Food, Food Groups, Group Homes, Home Kits, Kittens, and Warm and Mittens. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad. Bibles and libels and tribal survivals, and then I don't feel so bad.
I'm safe. I'm not safe. I'm a New Yorker. I'm from California. This is my home. Home is where the heart is. My heart is here. Except in the winter. I hate it here in the winter. In the summer, it feels like you're breathing evaporated cat piss in the summer. Spring? Then there is no spring. Fall. And the holidays are coming. I should move back to California. But the North Koreans can reach California. I should go someplace safe, someplace central, someplace landlocked, someplace where they like drag queens and gay rights and tranny rights. I'm a tranny, I'm a fag, I'm a boy, I'm a man, I'm an artist. I clean toilets. I love you. No, I don't. I want to have sex with you. No, you want to have sex with me. I want to make a life with you. You're too old. I'm too young. I'm too old. I'm overeducated. I'm undereducated. I'm having a bad day. It's such a beautiful day. My ass is bleeding. I had beats. Call me? No, don't call me. I'll call you. Can we see each other again? I don't know. How should I know? I have to make oatmeal every morning in case my stomach lining should one day be diminished. Don't you understand? We won the war. The war is over. It's still going on. It's a new enemy. It's the old enemy. It's the old and the new enemy. We are the enemy. We are freedom. You can't make me sing that fucking anthem. What about the Kurds? What about the Palestinians? What about the Indians? What about the Pakistanis? What about the Mexicans? What about the grapes? Too many pesticides on the grapes. Che Guevara was a pedophile. Gandhi beat his wife. Martin Luther King cheated. Clinton cheated. I cheated. You can't go to work. I must go to work. You can't go to work. I must go to work. How many people have died while you've been trying to go to work? I don't know. How should I know? I just want to wash glitter out of my orifices. Is that too much to ask for? Is it? Is it? The revolution. The revolution. The revolution will not. The revolution will not be. The revolution will not be. Masculinized. Be able to ride bareback through the Wild West, brother. You will not have an Indian sidekick named Tonto to show your cool, liberal panache. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to close your eyes while you fuck, because the revolution will not be masculinized. The revolution will not consume 5,000 calories a day and work out 7 days a week. The revolution will not give you a perfect ass-pack, six-pack, or a sensible short full head of hair. The revolution will not drive a sports car, a jeep, a tank. It will not parade a B-52 bomber, but a B-52 bombshell tin roof rusted. The revolution will not leap buildings in a single bound. The revolution will not star Sylvester Stallone, but Sylvester. And the theme song, it will not be sung by a Dixie chick, but you guessed it, a chick with a dick. The revolution will not drink green beer and swear in the streets. It will not fire bullets, missiles, bombs. It will not have fake sentiment, fake intellect, or fake southern drawls. It will not destroy whole families, villages, towns, cities, or cultures, because the revolution will not be masculinized. The revolution will not make you rich. It will not smoke Cuban cigars, wear gold chains, or menacing looks. It will not read the Post. It will not scan the Wall Street Journal and cling to the faint hope that a $200 billion war will somehow improve the economy. The revolution will not make a man out of you. But baby, it may put hair on your chest. The revolution will not wear hard hats, blue collars, white collars, or banality, because the revolution will not be masculinized. It won't be Dippity Dude, Mach 3, Old Spice, Rob Royd, Roy Roget, or good old Boyd. The revolution will be feathered, jeweled, sequins, glittered, long-legged, high-heeled, hat-a-puffed, and high-voiced. Everything is gonna be alright. 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 I got a call from a long-lost loved one saying he's thinking of me. And everything is gonna be alright. He said he turned on the news. He saw a little girl with an American gun pointed at her head. She trembled. Everything is gonna be alright. He said his lover's cheating on him and is keeping it a secret, but it doesn't bother him because, well, he knows they still love each other. He told me this story about how he walked down the street with this dyke that we know who looks a lot like a guy, and they were holding hands. Somebody threw a bottle at them yelling, "Faggots!" And everything gonna be alright. He said he goes out at night and he sees all the kids desperate and lonely, snorting and drinking and fucking away to nothing. I said, it sounds kinda like me sometimes. Gonna be alright. I told him I took a chance on a friend, that maybe it could be more than friendship. Opened up a can of worms. It didn't work out. But everything gonna be alright. I told him I miss him and I think about him 3,000 miles away. But everything gonna be alright. I said, you know, I'm not half as scared as living in the city as everyone keeps trying to tell me I should be. I said I clean toilets for a living and I'm gonna give it up. I'm gonna start gluing things to my head and showing my ass off in public. And everything is gonna be alright. He told me about his trip to London, dancing in the streets on New Year's Eve with a group of Muslims, just out trying to have a good time. And I told him about dancing in the castle fountain in Milan on Italian Gay Pride with a bunch of naked silicone-titted trannies. I told him about this 63-year-old drag queen I met who says things like, "Nothing's worth doing unless it makes you nervous."
And we don't care what other people think about us. We only care what we think of other people. And if it's not glued, it's taped. Everything is gonna be alright with Mother Flawless Sabrina. I said sometimes, I feel ashamed to be an American. That maybe trying to be number one all the time in a world full of people isn't the best way to go about living. That maybe I should become an expatriate like Nina Simone. He said he regretted having never seen her in concert. I told him about the feather wand she kept tied to her wrist, and how when she wanted more applause, she would wave it around. Everything's gonna be alright. He said the whole love it or leave it thing doesn't work for him, and, well, I had to agree. What's the point in a constitution if you can't stick around to make home a better place? Everybody's heard about Alabama. Everybody's heard about Mississippi. Everybody's heard about Nicaragua. Everybody's heard about Vietnam, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, El Salvador, and everybody's heard about Baghdad. Goddamn. We talked and we laughed for hours about politicians and freedom fries and color alerts and Dixie chicks, about all the born-agains and our sadness and the state of the world and the president's testicles and what we can do and how not to just get through the days. I looked out my window and I realized the sun was about to rise. Free weekend minutes. Our ears and jaws bruised and abused, our cell phone brain tumors growing. We said we loved each other, that we'd try to stay in better touch, that it's good to pick up where we left off, and that everything is gonna be alright. Gonna be alright, 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 gonna be alright. We've nothing to fear but fear itself, fear itself, fear itself. We've nothing to fear but fear itself, fear itself, itself. Well, I'm afraid of fear itself, fear itself, fear itself. I'm afraid of fearful people and violence from fearful people. I'm afraid of politicians and ammunition and all religions. I'm afraid of patriotism and nationalism and jingoism. But I'm afraid of all alone, all alone, all alone. But we've nothing to fear but fear itself, fear itself, itself.
This is a show tune, but the show hasn't been written for it yet. It's called the War Criminal Romp, And I mean every word. John Ashcroft. Bush.
Tony